Microsoft Sam plays F1 25. What's up my scrubby scrubs? This is the goddamn Microsoft Sam here for another episode of Microsoft Sam plays F1 25. In the last episode, ROFL World Racing had another amazing race weekend in Saudi Arabia, scoring its first ever one to finish. Today, we are heading to the next race in Miami. So without further ado, let's go. Aiden is once again gonna be the main focus for this episode.
Here we go then, Miami, in the sunshine state of Florida.
Correct you are, Aiden. And not to mention, this is a sprint weekend, so more points are gonna be up for grabs. But only one practice session.
Welcome to Miami, where the sun always shines and we're always ready for practice, here in Formula One.
Miami, home of great beaches and lots of sunshine. But anyway, let's get started with the first practice program of the race weekend.
Alright Aiden, for this program, you just need to set the best lap you can, since this is a qualifying sim. Give it everything you got, maximum pace.
Copy that, Sam.
Okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
Damn. That was quite a slow lap. I better return to the garage and try a different setup. Alright, take 2. I hope this works.
Okay, we haven't hit our program targets. Come in and take a look at the data, and if we have time, we'll rerun the program.
For fuck's sake. This was even slower than the last one. There's not gonna be enough time to run a third lap, so I might as well do the next one.
For this test, you are gonna have to manage your tire throughout a lap, so you know what to do.
Roger that.
We're going to want to rerun the program if we can't improve on that time. We're down on our target times. Let's try to find a bit more.
Geez, why is the tire wear so bad around this circuit? Whatever, I better just return to the garage to start the final practice program.
Time for the race strategy program, Hayden. You know what to do.
I better lock in then, Sam. The first lap is complete. Second lap is now done. And that's the third and final lap. Let's go back to the garage and go to sprint qualifying.
And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye. Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
The car is ready. You're good to go.
Let's do this.
You qualified second. Max got pole.
This does leave me with some work to do for the sprint.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Alright, time for the sprint.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Aiden Jackson alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hayes, George Russell, and Hamilton. Piastri, Norris, Ocon, and Alex Albon. Bortoletto, Sainz, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Behrman. Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Nico Hülkenberg, and Isaac Hadjar. Lawson, Stroll, Gasly, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Right, mate, I know it's hot in that cockpit, believe me, but your tyres are even hotter than that. You've got to work really hard today to keep them cool, otherwise we're going to suffer with our performance.
I'll try my best, Mark. If Max doesn't try anything dirty during this sprint, I shouldn't have any problems.
Something wrong, Aiden?
Yeah. The car seems to be acting quite weird on this track. Maybe the track isn't best suited for it? I don't know.
In that case, I'll let you pass at the end of this straight, so that way you can try and chase after Max.
Thank you so much, Charles. You truly are brethren to us.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Understood, but I have a feeling that it won't matter since Verstappen is 2 seconds ahead of me.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Final lap, and I'm guessing this is gonna be my finishing position. I guess second isn't so bad for the sprint.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes! Unlucky. Good effort. Let's keep pushing.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.
Let's hope regular qualifying goes better than the sprint.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Car is complete. We are ready.
I hope this goes better.
fantastic. You've got pole position.
Fuck yes. Pole for the race.
And Sonny qualified second. Behind you.
After that pole lap, let's see how I will do in the race.
Formula One has arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium, and 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Aiden Jackson lines up on pole position, and Sonny Hayes completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, and Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Sainz, and Nico Hülkenberg, Antonelli, Norris, Ollie Behrman, and Albon, Hadja, Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon, and Lance Stroll, Bortoletto, Gasly, Lawson, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Okay, mate, I know it's tough in there, it's hot in that cockpit, but your tyres are even hotter, so you're going to have to work extra hard to keep them cool. It matters for performance.
If the race goes smooth, then I shouldn't have any problems, Mark.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Understood.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Final lap of the race. This is already going a lot better than the sprint. Oh hell yeah. Another race win for us.
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done. Yes! Come on! Get in there!
And across the line he goes to take the checkered flag and maximum points. Victory for Aiden Jackson.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Only 3 can take to the podium, and here they come. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Hey, me again. Got another question for you.
That will have to come later, Anissa. I need to check on the other departments. Let's buy some more facility improvements. Alright, what did you need to see me for? Since we have the money, let's expand in our social media presence, since that will help us get a lot more fans.
Unfortunately, it looks like a part we were developing has failed. I'm sorry to say we will need to revisit the development area and redevelop it. Sorry, Chief.
These kind of things do happen, Mathis. Let's just redevelop that failed part.
We have something for you to look at, please.
What's going on, Mathis? Yes, the title sponsor can integrate their data into our operators, and we have the money for it, so let's do it.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Already on it, Mathis. Okay, so it looks like that the next race is gonna take place in Imola. But anyways, I'm gonna end this episode off right here. Stay tuned to Swagmaster the Zed Slayer Productions and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. This is Microsoft Sam, signing off. Peace out.